Hey everybody, how is everyone doing? Bell is not calming down all that much, so that is why the delay. We had somebody, we're parked at a gas station and somebody parked their RV in
No, their
front of
van.
us.
Their van.
Oh, their van in front of us, and Bell didn't like them being so close to us. Not really sure why they parked in front of us, because if we were needing to go somewhere, I guess we would have been kind of trapped, but we have no place to go. Been a lot of light back here. Should have planned a little better for that. So we're just coming on live. It's been a long time since we've done a video. It's been a long time since we've done live. And Shakar, we're
Yep.
still alive.
Blinking.
Blinking. uh, our podcast that I do with Sean Chicory right now, we're doing a giveaway. It's our first giveaway. It's the short call cell booster. It's for RVers. And I put that link in the description of this video. It's actually how we're able to come live to you guys right now and have a strong enough signal to even be able to do anything. Anything. It's the same booster that we've been using for over 2 years. It helps Sabrina stay connected when she's doing telemedicine for her gigs. It's very powerful. We love it. It's worth about $450, and there's a giveaway going on right now for it. So if you go to the Beyond the Wheel podcast, you can't miss it. It's like a little floating bubble. Just click there, you put your email in, and you will be entered for the giveaway. We have very little to do with it. We're using a company to pick to pick the winner, so that we have no say of who actually wins it. The company is called King Sumo. They'll pick the winner on Monday, and then we will be the ones that contact you. Though we'll email you and say, "Hey, you won," and the company's short call will be the ones mailing the product out to you. We don't have the product, but Short Call will get it to you. So we want to thank Short Call for letting us do this giveaway. It's really cool. You're glowing, somebody.
I'm glowing. I think it's just that I need to wear makeup, so I'm not always so shiny. But thank you. I appreciate that, Anita.
That's what I need to do then. I need some.
Is your podcast on Spotify?
It is. It's on Spotify. It's on iHeartRadio. It's on Pandora.
It's Beyond the Wheel, though. It's not moving forward.
It's not moving. It's Beyond the Wheel podcast. It's on iTunes. I think we're on almost every single platform possible. Sean Chicory made sure of that. So Sean, the whole podcast was Sean's idea. I helped him kind of. So we did co-create it together, and I do co-host it. But Sean does all the technical stuff behind there. I just help out with the interviewers, or help out with the interviews, get guests on the show and things like that. But this is really Sean's big project, but he's lucky.
Were you going to say he's lucky to have you?
No, I was actually going to say I'm lucky enough that he,
okay.
We share the profits. It's sponsored by Battleborn Batteries, and we just picked up a second sponsor for the podcast. So it's been going pretty amazing, really. We've been thrilled with how the podcast has been going. We're just traveling on the road. We were headed to the RVE Summit. It just got canceled.
Rightfully so, I will say.
Yeah, we completely stand behind Heath and Alyssa's decision to cancel the RVE Summit because of the coronavirus. There is a lot. It's just a smart move. NBA shut down. Everything's closing down from getting a lot of people all in one location. The virus is easily spread. Sabrina is getting a ton of emails and phone calls from hospitals all over the country because they're shorthanded and need help with it. So we thought it was a smart move, and we definitely 100% back his idea for canceling the RVE Summit. We were kind of on our way there. I was going. Sabrina was not. She's busy working. So I was going by myself. I was on meet up with my buddy John Bawelu, who I think I just saw sign
looking
on.
sharp, you two.
Yeah. So John and I are working on a project called Rig Talk, and we were going to premiere the very first episode there. That won't be happening anymore, but the first episode we're going to put it on YouTube. We do have a YouTube channel for it called the Rig Talk Show, and it will be airing March 20th, if that's a Saturday. If it's not, then March 21st. And that'll be the first full-length episode. It's something that John and I have been talking about for a long time, and we finally got it together. And we're talking with companies now about sponsorship, and we got a company that's interested in sponsoring, so that's a good move right there. I mean, that's a pretty positive thing for not even having the first episode out yet. So moving and shaking, I guess. I don't know what the words would be.
That's good. I'm okay with that.
I don't know where we are currently. We're like in New Mexico, maybe?
New Mexico.
Somewhere in New Mexico. Hitting a lot of rain, but the rain did just stop, but it poured all day yesterday while we were driving. So you kind of got to be flexible, I guess, with this lifestyle. So originally we were going to Alabama. We're going to change our plans a little bit. Sabrina does have, we'll call it a work gig.
A regularly scheduled gig.
It was regularly scheduled. Yeah, it's not an emergency or anything like that. So I'll get her to work, and then I'll go meet up with John and Nadia and work on the rig talk a little bit more. And Sabrina wanted me to make sure. So we get questions all the time. What does Sabrina do for a living? Sabrina is a pulmonary critical care physician. She does something called locum work. So she travels all across the country to different hospitals, hence the RV lifestyle, and she fills in for hospitals that are in need of help. She does a lot of pulmonary, which is lungs and stuff like that. So she's all on top of this coronavirus. And I thought I was being proactive. I was like, oh, I was at a Flying J. I love Flying J's. And I picked up this little hand sanitizer. I was like, oh, let me get some hand sanitizer. And
then what's in it?
Sabrina would read the ingredients, and she's like, this hand sanitizer doesn't do anything against the coronavirus, apparently.
Yeah, because he was even like, I'll go inside and buy some more because they actually have some. I'm like, nope. Just put that back.
So the hand sanitizer needs to have over 60% of alcohol. I did not know this, to fight the coronavirus. I'm learning all kinds of stuff about it.
Okay, and it specifically says alcohol-free on the
Yeah,
side
this is alcohol-free.
I'm like,
it uses some other chemical for sanitizing.
No. So there's a question on here that asks if your pets can get it.
She's very high demand.
Yeah, she's very high demand. So if your pets can get it, and according to the CDC right now, your pet shouldn't be at risk from it, but definitely remember that it did come from a seafood market in China is where it started and spread it to humans. So
yeah. So it came from an animal.
Yeah, animal vector. So yeah.
So some of the other tips. So over 60% alcohol in your hand sanitizer. The virus can live up to about 9 days on a surface, which is a very long period of time, which is why it's spreading. Which is why I believe it's spreading so easily. 9 days on a surface is a really long time. If somebody coughs, it stays in the air for 3 hours.
Woo!
Touching
my head.
That's
my head.
That's a very long time. So,
I'll air wipe the sweat.
and I know some people, we've been seeing people online saying, oh, but it's nothing but the flu. It's not the flu at all. It's completely different from the flu. And the reason why it's such a big deal is because the hospitals in general are not set up or prepared for anything like this. For the influx of patients, they get very overwhelmed and busy. The person needs to be quarantined. Hospitals don't have a lot of quarantined units in place, so they can get overflow. I don't know what you would want, but it's just tough, right?
It is tough. I was actually at a hospital recently that we didn't actually have a case, but we had 2 patients that we were ruling out for it. And it involves like a whole setup for as far as your mask, your gowns, your gloves, all of these special masks, and isolation rooms. And most ICUs aren't set up for multiple isolation rooms. In each ICU, we usually have 1 to 2 isolation rooms. So that's usually the issue.
Yeah.
So
we won't go too much into the
yeah, because it's not really a coronavirus video.
It's not a coronavirus video, and I'm not trying to.
And the CDC is the experts.
Yeah, we're not experts, and we're not trying to panic anybody. So
we're not panicked. We're just cautious.
We're not. We're just cautious.
Kenny said he's never washed his hands. He's never washed his hands this much in his life.
Yeah, I'm not a germaphobe. I don't usually worry about this stuff, but Sabrina keeps me in check, and she's like, "You should really wash in your hands, staying clean." And I thought I thought I was doing the right thing. I picked up this hand sanitizer. I was like, "Oh, it's a little pen cap thing. I can clip it to my shirt. I'll have it with me," and it does absolutely nothing. It was like a total waste of $2.
Oh, it'll take care of other bacteria and some viruses.
Yeah, but not the one that we're currently concerned about. So.
You tried.
I tried. I really did try.
It's really valiant effort.
But, so we're not really in much of a rush. So if you guys have questions, we can field questions. Maybe I'll even let Sabrina talk.
since I hear I don't talk enough.
Evening. Well, we're only 3:30 here.
Yeah.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Um, what else did we want to talk about? I feel like there were other things to talk about. I think the main one was that we were just letting people know about the short call giveaway, the booster thing, and then
Yes, talk.
and then I just start to ramble a lot. So, which I apologize for. I get nervous when we do the live videos, and I think that's why I talk so much. Because if you meet me in person, I don't say anything at all.
Have we seen any gas shortages? No, we
No,
haven't seen any gas shortages. The only thing we've been seeing is when we go to the stores, like
toilet paper.
soap, toilet paper, and hand sanitizer has like disappeared. Not that this gives you diarrhea, so that seems very strange to me.
Yeah,
But yeah, so
they're the only thing.
those are the only things we've seen. Like the shelves, we've been like, doing like everybody else probably, taking pictures of the shelves of the store that are blank and just empty. But other than that, we haven't seen any gas shortages. Actually, we're happy to see gas that's cheaper than it was before.
Yeah, yeah. Gas is actually on its way down, which is great when you're traveling, when you're moving.
So
The
Lee
podcast
says
is
the
on
podcast is
Spotify.
in on Spotify.
Okay, I will talk to Sean about it. I'm pretty sure he put it on Spotify. So I mean, it may be still in a process period, but I wouldn't imagine by now. By now, it would have to be finished. So to get your podcast on different platforms, it's not like YouTube. It's kind of crazy. You have to submit an application, and then they review your podcast, make sure it's clean and good quality, I guess, as well. And then you get up there. But I thought we were on every single platform. Sean's actually flying. He's on a plane right now, so
Dun dun dun. Quarantining him for 14 days.
I will send him a text though. Thank you for letting me know, though. I'll find out what's going on with the Spotify.
Cat says dog food is sparse where they are in Michigan.
Oh, see, yeah, I don't think we've run into anything except for what you said: the toilet paper, hand sanitizer, and soap. But
But I was already germophobic before this, so we already had soap
yeah.
and hand sanitizer.
The Flying J had a lot of stuff. Flying J still had all their soap, sanitizer that doesn't work for this, and they still have like their vitamins and stuff like that. All that stuff looked pretty well stocked. They had toilet paper, which I didn't even know Flying J sold. But
Where are you using this toilet paper? Well, I guess if you
Well,
live in the
yeah.
area and you're just stopping at a gas station, like a 7-Eleven type of
well,
thing.
they have a lot of truck drivers that come through. They have a lot of
And
RVers.
again, where are they using
Well,
this toilet
they
paper?
have a lot of RVers too. Flying J is like, here's another little Flying J thing. I mean, it's my favorite place to stop overnight is Flying
I
J.
know. I'm aware.
It's so convenient because of the. I mean, this doesn't all sound like a commercial, and we are not sponsored by Flying J, obviously, but we would love to be. But I mean,
Throw that out there.
Yeah, throw that out there. I mean, I like gas. I like gas. We can get our gas. We can get our propane. We can dump our tanks. There's usually RV lanes where they let you stay overnight. But they're always a really good spot for us to stay. You always like discount them a little bit, I feel
I
like.
don't discount them. I don't know. It's not my favorite. We'll leave it
You
at
like
that.
staying at casinos.
I do. There's actually one right down the street from here, and you're
Right
talking
down the
about.
street, I think I can see it.
Yeah, you're talking about what kind of distance you want to travel today, and I'm thinking either we're going to go all the way where I'm trying to get you.
Because
or,
of an Orange Theory Fitness.
yes, guys, I am not going to the gym. Just cleaning equipment really well. I'll take my chances. It helps keep the cray at bay, so we need that. But yeah, so there's like two cities. I gave him a choice that we could drive 126 miles today,
Which is
or we
nothing.
could drive 406, and
Which
those are
is
the
a
only
little
two
much.
options.
I drove 420 miles yesterday, and I drove like 430 miles the day before.
See,
And
so it's
General
doable.
General Lee's driving by.
What?
Didn't you see it?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You don't even know what the General Lee is, I guess. Then
Mm-mm.
Dukes of Hazzard.
Nope.
Nope.
Oh, that orange car that's
Yeah.
on top of that trailer back there.
Sabrina's a lot younger than I am. I always mention things, and she's like, "I have no idea what you're talking about, old man." The other thing she always gives me a hard time about is like, if I talk to somebody, she's like, "Well, how old were they?" I said, "They were our age," and she's like, "No, no, no. There is no our age. There's your age and there's my age, but there's no our age." I see Susan's on. We haven't
Yeah.
seen Sue in a long time. Hey,
Sue
Sue.
said it's too noisy at the Flying J's. I 100%
That's what
agree.
she doesn't like about them. But I like the noise. Like we stayed at a Flying J last night,
That's because you can sleep through anything.
I guess. And there was so we were on the RV side, and then there's a trucker side too. But the RV side and the trucker side were close enough that a truck was on the other side of the like barrier, I guess you would call it. And he sat there all night with his, I don't know what it is, either it's an engine or a generator, I'm not sure what, but it ran all night, and man, that put me to sleep. I slept like a baby last night at Flying J.
I slept well too. But I also sleep with earplugs and white noise, so, and an eye mask. Oh,
No,
Belle,
Belle,
don't,
no, no,
Belle's
no,
about
no,
to
Belle,
hit
get
over
down,
the
get down,
phone.
get down.
Belle, get down.
Come on, get down. She's trying to knock you guys over.
She's like, we're done.
So I think we're going to try to sit down before she gets back into work. She's been working a ton, and do like a real video, a sit down video of why we chose to buy a used RV instead of a new RV. Our last video did really well for us. Why we bought.
Oh, I've heard all about how well this
She
video
wasn't in it.
I'm telling you. So first of all, the disclaimer is I was in the first 3 versions until it had to be re-recorded too many times for my tolerance, and then I gave up.
So apparently I was having an issue with the camera focus.
Apparently.
So the focus was out the first time. Then I forgot to turn the mic on the second time. And then the third time there was a focus issue again. And Sabrina was like,
done.
I'm done. I'm not even in this video.
I'm good.
I'm out.
I'm good.
So then I recorded it without her.
I tapped out, and then the video did really
and
well.
The video did pretty well.
So I've heard all about how wonderful his videos do.
So, but we are going to sit down and we'll do another video of why we bought used RV instead of a new RV. And there's tons of reasons, actually, other than just cost. I mean, there's lots of options or choices why we did. And then, of course, just like the other video, we will do, we'll add at the end, like, even though we chose used, we'll do, all the advantages of buying new, because there's a lot of advantages to a new RV as well. So I think that'll be another fun video, helpful video. And
hopefully we can get it right on the first take.
they're the videos that we like. Yeah, we like the helpful. We like making helpful videos, because when we were RVing or before we were RVing, that's what we would look for. We would look for like the videos on, helpful tips for RVers. So it's our way of giving back.
Regina said she keeps working these hours, you'll get a new one.
I like our RV. I mean, we talk about getting a new one every once in a while, but it's been great. It's, we got into a tight spot yesterday, but I was able to get out because, again, we're a small
What did
little
I say
RV.
about that spot?
I shouldn't have been in it.
Okay.
But I was able to get us out of it, too. It was, it's very maneuverable.
I cringed a little. Easy. I really cringed. I thought we were going to just take off the side of our mirrors. I was like, is our mirror going to hit that bus mirror? He's like, I don't know till we go by it.
I got to get a little closer to find out. Yeah. It was a snug spot. It didn't look that snug until I started pulling into it.
Because at first he was even saying, well, we could detach the car. Go ahead. We could detach the car and reverse out. Couldn't even open the door
It was that
to
snug.
get out to detach the car.
So I had to wiggle through a bus and a travel trailer, and then a car had pulled into a gas pump in front of us. So then I had to wait till they moved and then kind of wiggle my way out. Once they moved, wiggle out, and we got out with no problem. Wow. No problem. I mean, we didn't hit anything.
There was no problem.
Yeah. But that's what I like about the size of this, is that with a longer RV, we would have been a little bit more trapped because of the overhang from the rear tire to the back of the RV would have swung and hit that guy's truck. I would have open up my window and ask him to back up a little bit so I could make this swing.
How would you feel? Can you imagine if somebody did that to us? I would probably just have to sit there and be like,
RVers are very friendly. They're very helpful. I don't think they would have had a problem with backing up a little bit. It's not like we were at a campground where they would have to pack up. They were sitting in their truck.
It's a good thing you weren't asking me. I'd be like, why did you come in here in the first place?
Yeah, I admit that was a bad choice.
No, but I'm saying,
tried to pull into that spot.
I feel like if you stop, you're like, hey, can you back up a little bit? I'm like, I actually can't. I'm so sorry. I actually don't know how to reverse. But that's probably true, so that wouldn't even be an inaccurate statement.
It's funny. My mom said to us the other day, she called, or I was talking to her on the phone. She's like, are you driving or is Sabrina driving? I said, I do all the driving. And then Sabrina's like, I've driven before.
I have.
You have. I have put 70,000 miles on the RV. 71,000 miles, maybe 72,000 miles on the RV. Sabrina has put 100 miles on the RV.
It still means we shared the drive.
I don't think that's not sharing the driving. That's like,
as long as you're doing a portion, it means you shared.
I think there needs to be a larger piece of the pie, or a little bit more. That's not how
sharing works. It's not always equal. It's whatever the other person can contribute, and that is what I can contribute.
I don't know. I'm being shafted, I think. It's not sharing.
No, I appreciate everything you do. No New
No
Horizon.
New Horizon.
Maybe a used
Yeah,
Horizon.
we like
No,
it,
no
but
New
no.
Horizon.
It's I I would miss, even if we bought a new RV, I would miss this RV. I don't know
I
what to
think
say
you're
about it. I
getting
just
choked up.
Yeah, I
Listen
really
to
like this
you.
RV.
Oh my goodness.
Well, it's special too in
You're
a
so
sense that it's the first
sentimental.
RV we've ever bought. We took a long time to like figure out what RV we wanted. I mean, we spent over a year RV shopping, and it's been a great RV. I would definitely miss it, even if I feel like we picked up a better RV. I would still miss this one. I'm glad we got tons of videos of it and photos of it.
Oh
That's my
my
final answer.
gosh.
My final answer
Who
is
knew you felt this
I
way?
would miss the RV if we switched RVs.
Miss is a very strong word. I mean, I don't know. I never thought about that for an item.
Yeah, I don't
I don't
usually either. I don't
know.
think. I mean, I've owned cars and stuff, and I've never really felt much attachment to them. But
But you
this has
just
been home as well as it's not just
uh
a vehicle. This has been home for the
mhm.
last 3 years, or almost 3 years.
That's what
So,
Sue said.
is that what she said? Yeah.
Hmm.
Great minds think alike. Yeah, you can't say anything bad to me now because then you're saying something bad about Sue.
I got very silent. I'm not going to say anything ever bad about Sue. I love Sue.
Exactly. John and Nadia just said our floor plan is the sweet spot.
I guess, guys.
I love looking though.
I do too.
We love going to the RV shows and dealers and walking around and looking at stuff, and I I have a blast looking at the new stuff. I don't want to spend the money on it,
That's
but
the thing. It's
yeah, but I
well,
love
that's
looking
not
at the
spending
stuff.
money.
That'll be the fun thing, like this project that John and I are doing, Rig Talk, is we're borrowing a lot of RVs and we're going to take them out for a week at a time and test them out, and then do videos on them, like full length videos of like taking them to campgrounds and boondocking spots. So we'll get to enjoy different RVs that way, and that'll be fun. And then we're going to share that experience and record it and give everybody. So that's the idea of Rig Talk, is to give everybody like a real world look at what it would be like to maybe own that particular type of RV. And because you and I always say it sounds bad when we say this, but I mean I really like RV tour videos, but I think they only kind of show you the space of the RV, and what we're trying to do on Rig Talk is like show you how you can use that space. I think that's like the probably the best way to explain that. Something like that. I don't know. So I'll get my fix that way because I do like shopping around for RVs.
Hmm.
I still say shopping because that sounds like
Yeah,
purchasing.
because I feel like when we're looking at RVs, we're always like, yeah, that looks great. And then we look at that little sticker in the window and we're like,
Yeah. And they've been advancing so much. So ours is like a early model 2016. The newer ones have, I mean, even like MCD shades, we would really like MCD shades up front. We have them all throughout the back of the coach, but we don't have them up front. They're starting to come more and more coming with solar, or at least pre-wired for solar, and it makes things easier. You can stand outside and operate your slide, so you know if you're going to hit a wall. I mean, just these little things. So many cool little things. The Ford F53 chassis, the Ford F53 chassis is
How
about
did
to
you
get
sleep with the Flying J last night? Because you're stumbling on a few words like you didn't get enough sleep at the
well,
gas
I've been
station.
driving. I've driven over 1,000 miles in the last 2 days. But yeah, the Ford F53 chassis is coming out with a whole new revamp, a new engine, new chassis, new sway bars. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing what that does when it's actually on the market, and see what the numbers are for it. Because I was hoping it was on tow a little bit more, but it doesn't sound like it will.
Sad.
But we'll see. Any questions?
No, not right now.
All right. Well, then I guess this is a good time to let you guys go. It's been about 24 minutes and 22 seconds, so.
About.
All right, everybody. Take care.
All right, guys.
Safe travels.
Joining us.
Sabrina and I will work on that video of why we bought new instead of used, and get that to you next month.
I was like, what day is today? I don't even remember.
But until we see you again,
Wow.
be careful, be good to each other, and stay safe out there. Happy camping.
Bye,
That's a good one.
guys.
Happy camping. Bye, everybody.